Eric. Now on Bounce, the Piedmont Culinary Guild is hosting a six-course. 6 courses. I didn't even know you had that. 6-course luxury dinner at Bonterra Dining and Wine Room. Great place, by the way. It's a collaborative dinner prepared by some of the finest chefs in the Charlotte area of Orine. It looks great.
Yeah, and this is Chef Adam Reed. He's the owner of Sante that is in downtown historic Matthews. He's here to talk about Carolina Apple Feast, and it's great to have you here,
Thank
Chef.
you so much.
And
nice to be here.
We were nibbling on the apples, and this is a very good
You were
apple
nibbling on the
year.
apples. I didn't nibble on any apples. No apples for
You
me.
gotta call me out,
try
David.
some. Try some.
No, but honest to God, the apples this year are so good.
Yeah, we had
and I
a
guess
good
it's
dry
because
year
the
for it.
dry,
Yeah,
the
that's
dry
right.
weather.
Yeah, that really helps.
So what are you going to make first? We'll talk about the feast in a moment, but I'm dying to just hear about what this is.
So we're going to be making an acorn squash and apple soup.
Okay.
And it's, of course, it's fall now. We're getting into it, right? You can tell the weather change is happening. We have these great acorn squash that I got from the farmer's market, and some of the apples that we actually picked up. Several of the chefs and I went up to the mountains and we picked apples.
Everything
at a
is farm
Heritage
fresh
Apple.
these days, right?
That's right.
It's
That's
all
right.
that farm fresh.
So we've got it from a special Heritage home site, Horn Creek Farm, where they have over 400 varieties of apples.
Wow,
which
they've
is
got
amazing.
they've been around for a while then.
Well, actually, they haven't been around for a lot. It's,
Really?
There's a gentleman named Lee Calhoun, whose book I have right over here, and he's like the apple tree hunter. You know, he's gone around and he has collected apple trees from all over the South and all over America, and he has collected them and put them on his farm, and then he's gotten the home site to help to actually put land, and they have a horticulturist there to kind of help.
That's got to be a place to visit.
It is a place to
Will
visit.
this
Great.
soup that you're going to make be on the menu at the feast?
Yes, yes. That is the hope. As long as I have enough cups to go around for everybody, that's the hope.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about what it benefits this evening at Bonterra.
So this is being hosted by the Piedmont Culinary Guild with PCG, and Blake Hardwick is the chef at Bonterra, and they are hosting the event
been
there.
Here before on Bounce.
Yep. And we have several other chefs who are participating. Ashley from 300 East.
We know
we have several other chefs who are going to be there, and we are. It's going to be $85 per person. We're doing it on Monday, September the 21st. And we have, you can get tickets for the event.
We're going to put up all that information. So
You
I
put it
want to
on?
make sure
Okay,
we have
great.
enough time to make
let's
this
start
before we
cooking.
do
to
this.
do all this.
Okay, so you're going to melt some
So
butter.
I'm going to melt some butter really fast, and you know I'm using
that's
a
fast.
bowl. I hope I don't smoke us out here.
It's okay.
So, just so that we can kind of get a view of this,
What you
also
putting in
with
there?
our camera.
What's going in there?
So I'm just doing a mirepoix of vegetables. We're starting with some onion, carrot, celery, fennel as well.
That's
So we get a little licorice flavor.
Okay.
And we're going to saute all these items up together.
Wow.
Now, I've done this with butternut squash, but I've never done acorn.
Well, that's a wonderful thing because
Yeah, you
acorn
change it
squash
up.
is so underutilized as a vegetable, so this is a great opportunity to go ahead and use it, right? And apples are underutilized in a lot of cooking purposes and in soups and stuff. So, it's a
you
perfect
melt, you
opportunity.
get this sweated down, and
We're going to sweat that down, let it cook down for a while. I put some salt and pepper. I'm going to put a little bit of aromatics as well, a little bit of curry.
Got about
to
a minute
cook in
30 left.
with it.
okay. And then you add a roasted acorn squash.
So this is the acorn squash. I went ahead and split the acorn squash, and we roasted it, right? And I took the seeds out of it and stuff. And this is the pulp that we have from it.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and just add that in at this point
Yeah,
here.
we'll
That
do
looks
this. We'll-
good.
yeah, so
I'm
a
going
little
to
bit
put a little bit of white wine to help that cook down.
This has got to be healthy, but I do see some cream over there, so that might change the
Well,
story.
you know, that's the thing. Everything is adjustable, right,
Okay.
to your taste. You don't have to put cream in this. Just like I'm using some chicken stock in this, all right? And then we're going to puree the soup, and then we can add some cream to it. Now,
And
we don't have to put cream if you don't want to. You don't have to use chicken stock. You can use vegetable stock.
Okay.
That's it.
And when do the apples go in? Right about now?
Apples can go in right now to saute with everything else.
Okay. And I've got to taste this, and I want to make sure. So once we do this, we use a blender. If you don't have
a
one of these
blender?
fancy things, can you use your...
You can use a blender, but you have to just be careful if you use a blender. Don't overfill it, right?
Okay.
Because it's going to be a hot soup, and then if you puree it, you don't want it to blow into your face.
Put
while
up that
you're doing it,
information real
right?
quick. The Carolina
Yeah.
Apple Feast is next Monday, September
Can I
21st.
taste?
Bonterra
Please
Dining
do.
and Wine Room. Located at 1823 Cleveland
Here.
Avenue in Charlotte. Cocktails and hors d'oeuvres will be served at 6 p.m. and dinner starts at 7. Feast is $85. You can reserve your spot online. We've got it all on WBTV.com. Look in the web
You can go
extra
to
section.
Bonterra to make reservations. You can go to PCG, Piedmont Culinary Guild, to make reservations.
Awesome.
Good
Thank
night.
you for
We'll
being
see you
here.
tomorrow here
Wonderful.
on WBTV News on Bounds. It's delicious.
Thank you, Chef.
Can't wait to taste it.
Summer